Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? Matt Jarbo here. I don't normally like to make videos when a celebrity dies. I just not a not a huge fan of that, to be honest with you. It's not something that I set out to do. In fact, I'm not monetizing this. There's no ads. I just want to talk about how I'm feeling because I'm having trouble processing this, to be honest with you. I'm having trouble processing the death of Trevor Moore, and I don't know why. For those of you who don't know, Trevor Moore, one of the co-creators of the Whitest Kids You Know, probably one of the funniest goddamn shows in the past 20 years, died suddenly yesterday, Friday, the 6th of August, 2021. And it's just listed as an accident. And, I've been a longtime fan of Trevor Moore, of the Whitest Kids You Know. I have so many other people. And I never realized that we were so close together in age. I knew he was older than me, but I didn't realize I turned 40 next year. He just turned 41. It's close in age, and someone who I truly admired, someone whose talent I frequently loved to go back to in a multitude of different ways. On 4th of July, just a little over a month ago, I introduced my best friend to the Founding Fathers rap, a tune I thought he would have heard. He never had, and he loved it. And from there, I went and listened to High in Church and Drunk Text to Myself and Old Folks Homes from the Whitest Kids You Know, and just listened to a lot of his songs. And I know all the lyrics and I know all the words, and I was singing along, and I would play Founding Fathers rap on repeat in my car while I was out making my food deliveries, and it looked like a total idiot, but I loved the energy that Trevor put out there, because he clearly understood internet humor and internet people. And as a person who has been around for a while on the internet, we kind of fall into that category. We kind of fall into that whole thing. And it's one of those aspects where you just go, like, this guy gets it. This guy gets how I think. This guy gets how my mind works. He gets the dark humor. He puts out a lot of the dark humor that I find to be funny and everything. And it's just, he always seemed like a really upstanding, good person who just was like, I'm going to tell dumb jokes and I'm just going to laugh with my friends and I'm not going to care. And he died, and that just, it hit me like a ton of bricks. It really did. The last celebrity death that did that to me was probably Total Biscuit from back in 2017 when John Bain passed away a little over 4 years ago. I'd interacted with him a little bit, and we knew who each other were, whatever. And I knew he was, sick, and that you knew it was coming, but it was still a shock. And still 4 years later, his presence in regards to gaming commentary is felt. And I feel that Trevor Moore is going to be the same way in 4 years. I feel that he's going to be the same way with the irreverence of the Whitest Kids You Know, and his solo work and things like that. He was a truly underrated talent, one that had a very large following of people, but never quite hit the mainstream, not in the way that you would think or you would expect or you would want. Like, I remember when Miss March came out and it effectively killed, what was it? Fox Atomic, right? That was their little micro budget indie studio. And the debut feature film from Trevor Moore, The Whitest Kids You Know, ultimately flopped so hard it kind of like kneecapped the studio. I mean, it's not really a laughing matter, but it's just like, it kind of feels like The Whitest Kids You Know. That's kind of how it would play out. And then to see the show end and then them kind of go their separate ways for a while until all of a sudden here comes the Founding Fathers rap and High in Church and Drunk Text to Myself, the album. And I remember coming across it randomly and just laughing and then going back and rewatching all 5 seasons of the Whitest Kids U Know. And even going as far as to showing my old boss the American Civil War on drugs. Just like watching that one night at work with like my, nearly 60-year-old boss who didn't give a shit, but still got the humor and enjoyed it. And I can't help but think, like, I think the one thing that really got me today was an Instagram post from when Trevor turned 40 last year, and he was walking with his son on the beach, and his son's like 1, which now means his son would be around over 2 years old. And just him saying that his son is his best friend. And he was thankful for that. And I have kids around the same age. I have a 3.5-year-old and one that just turned 2 the other day. And I love my kids, and all I could think of was like, man, that's so sad. That's so sad for him, for his family, for his son to grow up without his dad, the dad that brought joy to so many millions of other people. And I just went and hugged my kids afterward, and spent time hanging out with them. I don't know why celebrity deaths impact us the way that they do, some more than others, Robin Williams was a big one for me. Surprisingly, Paul Walker was a big one for me. That one bothered me for a long time. This one is also going to bother me for a long time because of the sudden finality of it, And I've been reading Twitter and reading people's thoughts and other comedians and people who were fans and sharing anecdotes and stories. And I'll fully admit, I've just wanted to cry. It's such a weird feeling. And I'm not trying to make this about me. I'm trying just to put my thoughts out there, my feelings out there about this, because I truly am sad. And it makes me question what will happen, like when I go, what people will say. And, again, that's just what we all think about when someone we know passes or someone we admire passes or something like that. The fact that we're close enough in age is just kind of another thing that's there. Anything can happen, I don't believe Trevor was a person who had a lot of self-limiting beliefs. I know he had his mental health struggles, as a lot of us do, but he was still always reaching for something, trying for something. And we, as fans of comedy, fans of the internet, those of us who have grown up in this age, we're all, I think, slightly worse off without him here. I'm going to miss his tweets. I'm going to miss his jokes. I'm going to miss whatever was going to be coming next. Because I'll fully admit, like a stupid fanboy, he'd tweet something stupid and I would sit there for like a minute or two trying to think of something funny or irreverent or eye-catching to put back in order to get his attention, because I would have loved nothing more than to just have a conversation with him. To either get him on Hollywood After Dark or go on his show or something and just have a conversation. I think it would be funny. I'm sad that's not going to ever happen. I don't know if it ever would, but it was something that I thought about. When someone who you admire passes away and it's sudden and it's unexpected, it makes you look kind of inward and look at your own life and what you're doing and what you're building. And that's just kind of what it's doing for me tonight. I'm going to miss him. I didn't know him, but I'm gonna miss him anyway. My thoughts, obviously, feelings, prayers, even maybe, I don't know, go out to his family, his son, especially his wife, his friends who knew him, and everyone out there who who cared. I guess follow your dreams is the best thing I can say in this moment in time, because you never know. And I know we say that a lot when somebody passes, right? There's no time like the present. Anything can happen at any point in time. This is just another reminder of that. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of put this out there just to talk about it. Rip Trevor Moore. Man, it sucks. I'll thank you for listening, and leave your comments, good, bad, or the other. That's fine. I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a great night. Hug your loved ones. Tell them you love them. See ya.